Today in this video we are going to discuss about Spark. What is Spark? Spark is a distributed computing platform. And what do you mean by distributed computing platform? It is a digital platform where the implementation of software occurs. So what do we do with Apache Spark? So we create a programs and execute them in a Spark cluster. So there are two things. One is for creating the Spark programs and for executing the Spark programs. So now we are going to discuss about executing the Spark programs. So how we are going to execute the Spark programs? So executing the Spark program is not as simple and straightforward, and we need to know Spark architecture and model of the execution. So now we are going to discuss about the execution part. So there are two methods to run the Spark program. One is interactive clients and submit a job. So for coming to the interactive clients, there are two things: Spark Shell and Notebook. These are the examples for interactive clients, and this both of these allows the Spark to execute the program line by line and get the output back of the console. So most of us will use this for running or development phase, and these are the best suitable for exploration purpose, but ultimately all of our explorations will end up with a Spark application. So here the Spark is going to support both the systems like stream processing and batch processing. If we want to develop a stream processing application, you can use this Spark. And as well as for the batch processing job also, the Spark will support. In stream processing, let's go with an example here. If you want to read a news feed in a continuous stream format, so for that, if you apply a machine learning algorithm just to figure out like which user is interested in which content, so it will understand it and it will redirect the results to the particular user as a feed with their interests. Okay, so this is how stream processing will works. So for batch processing applications, so let's go with an example here for the YouTube statistics. So to know about the YouTube statistics, we need to work on like the below steps. Like we need to collect the data for last 24 hours and then start a scheduled job to compute the watch time minutes for the last 24 hours. So finally the output will goes to the table and it appears on the dashboard. So this is how the batch processing will work. Here you can see statistic results will be shown in periodically. Okay, so the periodical batch processing will works in this way. So coming to the second execution method for Spark programs, which is submit job. Mostly for production use case purpose, we will use the submit job. Apache Spark comes with Spark submit utility. Here you can see this is the Spark submit utility to allow us to submit our Spark job to the cluster. This is how I will tell. A real-life production implementation is all about packaging our Spark applications and submitting it to the cluster. For what? For execution. So, this is how the Spark Submit is most commonly used tool, and all these methods are vendor specific. Okay, like how I will tell. Most of the Spark vendors are going to offer you some alternatives. For example, here Databricks. So Databricks Cloud will allow us to submit the notebook itself. So this is how all the methods are vendor specific. But when coming to the Spark Submit, it is a universally accepted method and works in almost all the cases. There are no restrictions like the other two. Okay, this is how the submit job will work. So this is about executing the Spark programs. We will discuss the remaining concepts in upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and do subscribe.